Hi everyone, it's Adriana once again with part 5. So yesterday I left you with a question. Did I finally figure out what I was dealing with? And yes, after years of searching for answers and different doctors and specialists and trying so many different things, I finally got an answer for what had been happening with my health. And although I had suspected it, I ended up being formally diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome, which is a complex neuroendocrine and immune-related disorder. And I was diagnosed with that formally last year by a neurologist who's one of the top specialists in the field. I also was diagnosed with a condition called POTS, which often goes hand in hand with CFS, which I had not heard of before that. And I didn't even know there were specialists in these illnesses until I started doing more research into which doctors I should focus on seeing, as I had seen so many in the past. There used to only be like a handful worldwide, but thankfully now there are more, especially after COVID and the emergence of long COVID, which is being studied more along with CFS, that there could be relation to each of them. And finally, having an explanation for what I had been experiencing for so many years was both validating and difficult. It helped me understand what I had been experiencing wasn't something that wasn't something that simply for a lack of trying hard enough or something that I could just push through. And unfortunately, there is no cure, but with like adding more salt and electrolytes to my diet, along with other treatments, I finally began to feel better. So why am I sharing all this? Because I believe there needs to be more dialogue about chronic illnesses like depression and CFS. And these types of illnesses can completely stop your life, along with other immune disorders, and they can be very difficult to diagnose. And it has completely stopped my life many times. And I've had to put acting on the back burner because my body simply wouldn't allow me to do what I wanted to do. And that was incredibly difficult for me because acting has been such a huge part of who I am since I was a kid. And even during the times when I couldn't do much physically, I never stopped thinking about acting and creating and the life I wanted to have. And I think that's a big part of why I'm doing this competition and why it's so important to me, and why it means so much to me. When I saw the opportunity to be part of this Rises New York Fashion Week opportunity, I thought about everything that I had been through, how many times I've had to start over. And I thought, maybe this is my time to get outside my comfort zone and truly go for something that I wouldn't have been able to do in the past. And it's not just about winning a competition for me. It's about celebrating the fact that I'm still here. I'm still going after all that I want in my life, and I'm still willing to put myself out there. And knowing that Rise also that is a big, wonderful organization that supports sexual assault survivors, that makes this and what they're doing for the survivors and all that advocacy they're doing, it makes this even more meaningful to me, because that's another part of my story that I've had to overcome, being assaulted. And there's been 2 times in my life when I've almost died. And I felt, and although it's important to talk about it, I think I'll leave those stories for another time if I make it to the semifinals, because it's important to talk about, but at the same time, it's a lot. So for now, I just want to say, many people, I've been through a lot, and I'm still here. I'm in this world of social media and all that, I'm an authentic soul who wants to do good in this world. And I want to inspire others that no matter what we've been through, we have the strength to heal, grow, and create a beautiful future for ourselves. So if my story resonates with you in some way, show your support and vote. The link is in the description of the video. And if I can inspire at least one person, I know I survived all of this for a reason. Until then, thanks for listening.